Hey folks, iPack Instructor here. I trust you're doing well. Got some stuff to cover with you, one of which is kind of humorous. The other is important, so stick with me to the end. We're going to start off with Twitter suspends U.S. Senator's account over hunting picture. That's right. We're going to see how long it takes for this suspension to last until our buddy Elon gets involved. But as of Tuesday morning, U.S. Senator Steve Daines of Montana is locked out of his Twitter account after it was suspended, apparently for violating the social media company's policy on graphic or adult content in his profile picture. Now, you may ask, what was such a dastardly picture that got him suspended? Well, Daines was displaying a photo of himself and his wife posing with an antelope that they had bagged. I've seen the picture. It's essentially them kneeling next to it. There's nothing horrific about it. But Twitter specifically said that the company considers graphic violence to be of any form gory, related to death, serious injury, violence, or surgical procedures. But with Daines' pick, it wasn't anything like that whatsoever, other than the fact that they are kneeling next to the antelope that his wife bagged. So we're really interested to see, he's an avid hunter, the senator, and I don't believe that this suspension should last, but we shall see the final outcome. However, more importantly, we have coming out of state of Minnesota, which is not an overly anti-gun state, but it seems like lawmakers want to change that. But the gun control being considered is still mild compared to Illinois, New York, California, or New Jersey, but all of it, and I'm sure we agree on this. Let me know what you think in the comment section. We all agree any gun control is an infringement. Minnesota lawmakers are working on several proposals, and it is several, in this legislative session that they believe will curb gun violence. They're starting with 4 gun safety proposals and bills designed to keep guns out of the hands of people who pose a risk to the public. Those include red flag laws, expanded background checks for firearms sales, a locking requirement, and a requirement to promptly report lost or stolen firearms. So, not the overall worst gun proposals, but they're all bad, right? Especially since none of these are really going to do much, and we all know it. First, we have red flags laws. As we've seen elsewhere, such as California, Colorado, and New York, red flag laws aren't really going to do much to stop things like mass shootings. At least they haven't yet. So far, we could tell, and there is no reason to suspect, I concur, that they will. Granted, these laws won't impact most people. The truth is, it's still an infringement on both people's Second Amendment rights and their right to due process. Then we've got expanded background checks, which is basically universal background checks. The problem is these measures don't impact black market sales. They don't actually impact anything except law-abiding citizens trying to sell their guns to other law-abiding citizens. This idea that they reduce crime would be hilarious were they not serious when they talk about it. Even then, it's still kind of funny. By the way, this is my buddies over at Bearing Arms. Additionally, we've got the locking requirement, which is a euphemism for mandatory storage. Yes, it is. That's generally an unenforceable law, and even if it is enforced, it's usually going to be enforced against someone who is already a victim. As a result, this is one of those measures that many will think sounds great, but then feel awful when they see it enforced down the road. Finally, we have a proposal to require lost or stolen firearms to be reported by police, which is absolutely brilliant. Any law-abiding person, should they find that their firearm has been lost or stolen, what are they going to do? They're going to go to the popo, they're going to file that firearm being lost or stolen, and ultimately they're going to document it because that's their property, right? This is just another proposal, we'll call it even a soft approach to nip away at the Second Amendment. And that's what this page is about. You may not live in Minnesota. You may not know anybody who lives in Minnesota. But if our fellow countrymen's rights are being infringed upon, it may as well be yours. Because if you notice, day after day, I post new gun proposals across the nation. And once Illinois really went with that assault weapons ban, all the other states that were perhaps on the fence seem to be jumping on board with these tyrannical measures, the whole "I'm keeping you safe" ideology. So again, something to think about, folks. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm really curious. And of course, always subscribe to the channel and share our videos. This page is growing in big numbers. I'm super excited about it. I'd like to thank all the supporters. I see you day after day. You know, on my other social media platform, I'd recognize people, right? I see that they were always commenting or partaking. I'm doing it again. I'm starting to see a lot of good supporters of the Second Amendment, and those of you that are fans, I'm recognizing you, and I appreciate it very much. As always, folks, remain safe.